As California is in disarray, you've got in New Jersey, UFC 316 was underway and Trump was there, and his now customary walk-in occurred again to thunderous applause. And Corey, as soon as the big fights were won, the fighters were jumping out of the cage to shake Trump's hand. Here is Merav Devlishli.
Merav Dvalishvili has done it again. He submits Sean O'Malley.
He's a monster, man. He's a monster. He's a monster. He's a monster. And look, he's not even out of breath. He tried that choke in the first round, too. Sean was able to defend, but, I mean, you're tired. You've been worn down. And eventually he gets that choke. Look at Merav.
Second meeting, more dominant than the first. Judges not needed tonight.
Corey, there certainly has been a big cultural shift in the States, more so in sport than in entertainment, but you are seeing Trump embraced these sporting events, particularly the UFC, but also football games, and he's enormously popular with even in places you wouldn't expect him to be popular. New Jersey is a blue state.
Yeah, that's right. Trump is a man of the people. He won all 7 swing states in November 2024, and he's continuing that trajectory. You see, winners like Trump, and Trump likes to win too. So you can see that in his policies, and you can see it in his public events as well. We saw this at football games leading up to the election. He's a very popular guy, and he's a man of the people. Your everyday citizen can relate with Trump, and it's obvious a plus. The main thing is that his policies are great, especially when it comes to things like education, immigration, keeping cities safe. Hopefully, some states like California and New York can learn from Republican-led states to be safer and to have a better education system too.
I think New Jersey's, it can be one. I mean, there's a lot of those. It is a polarised country. We might talk about Trump being popular, but he is loathed in those deep blue states, that's for sure. But I think New Jersey is one of those ones where at the next election, or maybe the one after, it could become a red state, because the people there are sick of the Democrats abandoning them and the issues they care about. They have become so radically left. So unless the Democrats find their way, they're in danger of losing states like New Jersey. Now, let's marvel at this ridiculous piece from the Washington Post about life on Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket being disrupted after migrant workers were shackled and boarded onto Coast Guard boats, igniting fear among undocumented workers, they call them, who form the backbone of the island's workforce. Corey, is this not the same community in Martha's Vineyard that called in authorities when a few dozen illegal immigrants were sent their way from Florida? I mean, they were removed within a couple of days, if I remember correctly, and now we're supposed to feel sorry for them because their cheap labour's gone?
Yeah, they're afraid that they're not going to have their low-cost labor. The elites over there want people to mow their yards and to serve them at the dinner table. But look, yeah, they're total hypocrites. And this just goes to show you that so much of these knee-jerk reactions from elites in these kind of cities, it's all just based on who they don't like. So a few years ago, they didn't like DeSantis. They thought DeSantis had a shot at becoming president. So they wanted to respond by saying, oh, well, we don't like what he's doing by sending the immigrants here, even though they said they were a sanctuary city and they embraced immigrants. But then now that Trump is trying to go the other way on the same issue and to deport immigrants from Martha's Vineyard, now all of a sudden they come out with their Trump derangement syndrome. That's all this is. It's more of a political argument than anything else.
And let's end with the media. ABC News has suspended correspondent Terry Moran after he posted the most unhinged diatribe on X imaginable about President Donald Trump and Trump's Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller. Corey, this was a crazy rant. He wrote, and he's deleted this, but the damage is done. He wrote, amongst other things, Miller is a man who is richly endowed with the capacity for hatred. He's a world-class hater. You can see this just by looking at him, because you can see that his hatreds are his spiritual nourishment. He eats his hate. He eats his... Corey, this is demented even by ABC standards. I could not believe this. I thought he'd been hacked, but no, he's responsible.
Yeah, it's a classic case of pure projection. I mean, you can see his hatred just seeping through that tweet. He later deleted it. Maybe he was drunk when he was tweeting this. I don't know what happened, but it's very surprising to me that ABC is actually doing something about it. I would have figured that he would have got a promotion at this left-wing news outlet.
He might at the end. He's only suspended, Corey.
Yeah,
He's not
so
sacked
we'll see what
yet.
happens. We'll see what ultimate. Yeah, maybe when it blows over, he'll get a raise or something in a couple of months.
Well, let's not forget Donald Trump sat down with him for that one-on-one interview, and he was fairly thoroughly embarrassed. He was unprepared for that interview, and Trump held him to account when he made some claims boldly, and when he was questioned, he's like, well, no, I'm not sure. I'm just asking the question. And when he'd actually been making a statement, there were quite a few examples there. Corey DeAngelis, always a pleasure. Thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you, Rita. Good talking to you.